Alright YouTube, what is going on? It is ConflctNerd Callum here today, bringing you another episode of our Cities XXL Let's Play Berika. So in between this and the last episode, we just hit 15,000 people, so we have a lot of items to go ahead and play with now. I also went ahead and added in much more trees into this area, just so it sort of divides the residential area here to our left. In between the wheat office district we have here, and then we've also got some heavy industry and manufacturing, which in this episode I want to go ahead and extend this area. I also want to go ahead and work on building more housing, and I also want to go ahead and extend our new downtown area as well. So first of all, we have unlocked quite a few new things. However, we're going to start off over here. I want to build some more manufacturing, and the reason for that is because we have more heavy industry to manufacturing, which I don't mind. However, I am outsourcing heavy industry right now, and I could be making more money going ahead and manufacturing them goods than selling the manufactured goods. So we have 2 new fuel tokens, which is pretty good. We're losing out on food industry, so I might have to start on farms, so I have to buy a token there. Offices, we've got another token to trade. So no longer do we actually have heavy industry. We do have a heavy industry token, sorry, which we are trading out. So we have 1 of them, but I want to go ahead and use that in the manufacturing industry. And it'll also create jobs for the unskilled and skilled workers as well, which we're always looking to do. So if we go ahead and build just 2 new zones in here, like that. And then I'm going to build some more heavy industry as well, just to coincide with that. Not to defeat the purpose of this new manufacturing area, but I just need some more jobs going down this area, I think. Because I'm really going to go ahead and build, and I mean build a lot of residential areas. Just because I want to get this population really starting to grow at a much faster rate. So if we go ahead and jump in here, I just want to get the population up, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and build loads of housing and sort of deal with the consequences later, which probably isn't the best approach, but nonetheless we're going for it. Build you like that. This really is like the worst and most inefficient thing to do ever. But nonetheless we're going to go with it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to get rid of some of these highway extensions because there's just a bit too many here. So all that's built there. I'm going to delete you, I'll leave you, and I'll leave you. Then what I'm going to do is just build some more housing along here as well. Just build some houses in this area here, like so. So there we go, so that's us pretty much maximize the space here. Still unsure what this blue arrow is. I think it's possibly a mod extension. But as you can see, the general satisfaction of the skilled workers and the unskilled workers is much better than it was. The skilled worker satisfaction was much lower. There seems to be a new problem with jobs just because we built loads of new housing, and also electricity, which is interesting as well. We will have to go ahead and explore that this episode. Anyway, I'm just going to add in some trees in this area just to make it look a bit prettier, and that's area pretty much done. There's a lot of new housing in here. Our population's up a lot. We have quite a few unemployment issues now though, but hopefully all this new heavy industry and manufacturing will deal with that. We've also got some new unlocks since we've hit 20,000 people actually, which is good. So one of the issues seems to be that electricity is too expensive. That is actually for both skilled and unskilled workers. So we need to go ahead and start off with a electricity plant now, I think. So whereabouts are we going to put this? A small power plant, or do I want to go for solar? That is a question. Efficiency, they're both low, but the cost of a solar farm, although it's greener, it costs a lot more, plus it also requires some elites as well, and I don't have elites. So I've now unlocked executives, and we're going to start building executive housing very soon, but I'm just going to go ahead and build this power plant here. Hopefully it'll help out with the electricity issue, which it looks like it already has actually. People are wanting fire stations now, so we must have just unlocked fire stations, which is good. So fire stations, I'm just going to plot these on the expressways. That one fire station should cover most of the city, to be honest. We'll have built another one over here by that elementary school. I will have to have one actually up at here, and we also need another security station. We need another police station up here as well. So that's a fire station built for the industrial area along with a fire station. That is the unlocks for the 20,000 inhabitants. We've unlocked large hotels and parks, and we've also unlocked supermarkets, so there are some really good unlocks there. I believe we have some new transportation stuff as well. Not really at all sure what that is. So it's a harbour, so different harbours we've got. However, unfortunately we do not have the money, so we're losing a fuel token as well, because obviously that electricity plant is probably taking a fuel token away. So that reset. Water's an issue, food industry is an issue. We've got more heavy industry tokens to sell though, which means I can probably build more manufacturing. Right, there's a lot going on right now. There really is a lot going on right now, so I need to keep on top of it. So available jobs, there's a lot of available jobs, which is a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and build some more skilled housing, and then what I'm going to do is start off by building some maybe farms or maybe executive housing. What I'm going to do is that there should deal with the available jobs issue. So if we delete you there, I'm going to start off by building some farms actually. So we're going to jump all the way over here, leave the city for a bit, and we're going to go ahead and check out fertile areas. So fertile areas are basically all around this green area here, which is nice to see. So I'm going to start off by building some farms. I want to have a nice wee town out here. However, I'm not going to start building the town just yet though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start off by building a road that pretty much just, I actually want quite a wide road here. Small avenue, is that a bit much, or is a normal road okay? I'm going to build a small avenue and it's literally just going to cut right through all the fertile areas. Let's have it a bendy road though, have it look a wee bit more natural. So I just want this to cut through pretty much what I think the fertile areas are, and then I'll build the farms off this road. Just because I don't want the farms obviously coming off the expressway. Plus in the future we'll probably build along this road as well. So if we connect you up to the expressway there, and then I'll just have another connection halfway down about there. There we go. So I'm going to build some farms off this road now with this small avenue in place. So again, food industry is another kind of industry. What we're going to start off, it doesn't really matter what kind of farm you go ahead and build, to be honest. It just needs to be in with the green area. So for example, I can't build it in the red area because the land is not suitable, unfortunately. So I'm just going to build some different shaped farms, to be honest. As you can see, it basically just comes with a large field, and then it's also got like usually a farm building of some sort. So as you can see, we have a barn here. We have, that could be the person's house, so it looks more like a shack, to be honest. Then round here, we got one or two other things. We've actually got possibly the farmer doing something. That lady looks really weird, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. You look very strange, I'm not gonna lie. You look, oh that was weird. There's also combine harvesters, tractors, that sort of stuff. So that's pretty much how farms work in this game, and then they'll give you food tokens for that as well. So you really do want to maximize all your green space in this game. So we go ahead and maximize it. Unfortunately, because I'm right up against the edge of the map here, it's been a bit weird. But what I'll do is, that's a very, very large farm. So as you can see, there's quite a few different farm buildings. They're not at all sure what that building is there. That's obviously where they live in the house, and this is where they store all the farm equipment. You've got a massive, what do you call them, like storage trucks, transportation trucks, combine harvester and a tractor there as well. So that's a really large farm there. I'm gonna build like 3 or 4 farms. I'm not gonna build too many farms, and then I'm just gonna leave this industry for now. So if we build you, that's a much more smaller farm there, and then if we go ahead and build you, whoa, let's go for you to there and you to there. We'll build one more. Let's see what other farms we've got actually. I've got an olive orchard, which we'll go for, because I'm sure the population can live on olives. So there we go. So that's 5 farms in total we've got there. different kinds. Well, I think 2 could be the same actually, but as you can see, we've got an array of different buildings, and the farms look quite nice in this game. I do like the look of them. We're up to plus 48,000, which is nice to see, and if we jump over here to Omnicorp, we've got more fuel tokens, which is good. Food industry, we're now not losing a token. We're losing a token with water, which I do want to go ahead and address very quickly, so we'll do that now. So if we jump into utilities, the water pump, where are the water areas in our map? It's going to act similar to the oil. It takes sort of, once you place an oil tower down, it sort of just takes, or an oil tower, a water tower, it just sort of takes an area out of that proximity. So as you can see, it's done that there, and you can only place them in with the green areas. So that's me built, I think, 3 there in total, so that'll probably do for now. That should hopefully address that issue of -1 water. If that updates, hopefully that'll update soon and we won't have to import any water. Waste is still a tiny bit of an issue, but I think everything in general is going pretty well. We now have available jobs in the unskilled, which is kind of surprising because we rarely have that. So I'm going to build another street of unskilled housing there. And we're actually getting close to filling up this area which I want to have the housing in Berika here. Because once we outgrow this area, we're going to jump over to this island here, which I'm going to jump over to this island in a second. Because we're going to start off by building some of our first ever executive housing in a second. Because we have unlocked it, but we've just not built it yet. And I think it's about time we go ahead and start building it. So now we've got a lot more money. We're gaining money at quite a fast rate just due to the fact that the city is going at 3 times the speed, and we are quite profitable right now as well. So there are factories are having a bit of an issue with no high-tech industry, and there's also not enough workers for the agricultural fields. Hopefully the workers problem is being sorted out. We've got no high-tech industry, and I will build that, but I really want to get some executives into our city next. So for this, I want to sort of group my people. So the skilled and unskilled workers, I'm happy to build them beside each other, and I'm happy to build executives and elites beside each other. However, I don't really want to cross them together. Realistically, you're not going to get a billionaire opposite council houses, are you? So that's why I want to create that sort of separation. It's maybe not the best thing in society to go ahead and separate classes because everyone should be treated the same, but I'm just thinking of this from a realistic point of view. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build an expressway bridge. I don't think you're going to get up in time here, which causes an issue, and I sort of seen that one coming. So how is this bridge going to work? We're either going to have to push this expressway back a bit, or we're going to have a extra road that sort of comes over. Why don't we do that actually? So, say what we do here is we come into expressway, we get the curve tool, halfway along here we have the road that goes to there and curls round like that. Nah, that's just not working, is it? Right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish this. I really don't want to demolish all of this road, so what I'm going to do is just put in some markers. Nope, just build please. There we go, and there we go. So I'm going to delete this section of the roads here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-build the bridge and then build around the bridge. I think that's the best thing to do. So expressway bridge, I don't need you to start up there, so we'll have you start on the ground, because you don't really need much elevation to start off with. But have you come out to there, have you come out to there, then we'll have to lower you back down to the ground, like so. I kind of want that like that. Yes, that's the best thing that's going to happen there. Then what I'm going to have is expressways just pretty much join onto that. So if we go ahead and jump back into here, if we curl you round like so, and then, no, this is going to be awkward, right? So if we go ahead and build you like that, and build you like that, and then connect you like that, then that gives us a much easier platform to work with. So, am I going to be able to get a natural curve? Sort of, no I'm not. I'm going to have to go backwards a wee bit more actually here. So if we go back, place a marker in there, jump back in here, bulldoze these two, jump into expressway. Then let's go ahead and get the curve tool, and let's just sort of build something that naturally goes and joins up with that. That looks pretty natural, I think. So that will do it. And then at the top here, I'm going to have to put another marker in here as well. So jump into roads, just get something very quickly built. Not a roundabout though. That'll do. Then if we bulldoze those two, jump back into our expressway, get the curve road tool, and have you connect like that. That looks pretty natural. And there we go. So as you can see, the two expressways get very close to joining here. In fact, they pretty much do join, but because of the bridge I had to move this expressway in a little bit. But I still do think what I'm aiming for works. I'll probably have another bridge round about here going over as well. But now we've got a link over to here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build the expressway for the future. So, thinking about this, do I want two expressways on this island as well? I probably do actually. So what I'll have is or do I? I don't know if I do. Oh, this is difficult. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and plan for two, but we'll not build two right now. So this will loop right down, all the way down to here, and then ideally I want it to come back over, which I think is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to join it back in over roughly about here actually. So all this nice trees we've built we're probably going to demolish at some point, but we'll deal with that later on. I just want to get some housing in. So if we jump in and grab ourselves the luxurious avenues, we build a wee avenue off here like so. Then we grab the straight tool and we go ahead and build an avenue like that. I think that looks not too bad. However, that junction's a wee bit too close, there'd be too much traffic there. So if we go ahead and redo that road, if we go ahead and just do something like that there, that looks a wee bit better. So there we go. That looks quite nice like that. Then we can go ahead and start building in with this area here. So first of all, we're going to need some housing. I'm not going to build that large a block just because we don't have that many executives right now. We don't have that many jobs going. As you can see, their houses are so much nicer. They've got pools, they've got, I don't even know what that house is. That isn't a house, is it? Well, it is, but as you can see, the houses are much larger, they're much more fancier than the skilled and unskilled workforce. So what I'm going to do is delete that road there. Then I'm just going to put in some commerce here, so just so they can have a few shops to have in their local vicinity. Then I'm going to make a nice urban plaza, because that's realistically, what fancy people would have. A nice wee marketplace. If we go for that, I'm actually going to go ahead and I don't like the look of that. That's one of these mods which hasn't got a surrounding. As you can see, that's a very, very nice building. I really do like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in here very quickly. I'm just going to delete that one because I really don't like the look of that building. It just doesn't sort of fit. That building does there though. I quite like the look of that. So I'm going to very quickly build a path that goes from there to there. Don't make the junction look funny, but you are going to make the junction look funny. That's just what you naturally do. Yep, that's going to change the shape of the junction a wee bit. It doesn't look too bad. There's just a bit of missing path there, which kind of annoys me, but it's just the way the mod works in this game. Then if we jump in here to decoration, and then we're just going to fill this wee small area up as a wee market plaza. So that looks a good market plaza. It doesn't look like too out of shape or anything like that. Then what I'm going to do over here is you're going to need all your own services. So if we jump in here, you're going to need your own health service. You're also going to need your own elementary school. You're going to need your own security. And because these are more classy high-end people, they sort of not deserve it, but they expect to have it, and they do get it. So there we go, that's all their services built. You've got 2 shops, that's probably not enough though, to be honest. So I'm just thinking, what do you guys want? What do you need? So security, satisfaction, fire, leisure, shops, and health. So I've dealt with quite a few of those issues. It's leisure and shops, and security should update, so it should be just shops and leisure. So I understand leisure is going to be one of those ones, because you are, oh, careful, I've got a job. You are connected to the mainland. I still don't know if this is really an island or not. There's a tiny wee area here, which I can't decide if it's an island or not. I half want to say it is an island, but I mean, is it? It's not really. I mean, there's permanent water there, I guess, yes, but you can see the land, so. You are connected to the mainland, which has, you know, good leisure activities. However, just because it's connected by road doesn't always necessarily mean it's good. That means that I really have to go ahead and build my own health service, education, police station, all that sort of stuff over here. I'm just gonna jump into leisure and I'm gonna build something, but I don't know what. Go-karting. Would you appreciate go-karting? You really wouldn't appreciate go-karting. Basketball court. So you just want something much more prestigious over here. You'd like a golf course. That's what you'd like, a golf course. Golf courses are absolutely huge though. I don't think I can even fit it on this island. Or I could if I rotate it, but I can't remember the button to rotate. Or we can build it down in the lower end of the island, which that would half make sense, to be honest. We might go ahead and do that at some point, but for now I'm just going to leave it. It's a bit too big. What I'm going to have to go ahead and do is just build one or two wee shitey things, I guess you could say. So I'm going to build a bowling alley and we're going to build a basketball. So two of them together, actually. You know, your leisure satisfaction isn't too bad. Shop satisfaction, you just want more shops. That's also understandable. So we'll go ahead and build you some more shops. I'll build a wee shopping area around the back here, actually, for you. So if we think about this, we come in here, we have retail, medium density. I'm going to go ahead and use the free zone tool for the first ever time in this series. And see how many buildings we can get in with this area here. So this can act as sort of like a, I guess, a wee shopping mall, I guess you could say. So that's that built in there. Again, I don't like the look of that building, so we might remove that. I might just uninstall that mod, but that looks like a proper nice shopping area. And I really do like it. So we're going to leave that like that for now. And what I'm going to do is just see how the city's doing. We've lost a lot of our money. That's just unfortunate the way things are, the amount of building we've just done. I've really not paid attention to that. There's so much going on right now that I've jumped from one area. We've built farms, we've had water areas, we've built more housing, we've built some more manufacturing and heavy industry, we've hit 20,000 people, and we've gone ahead and built this new area for our executives. There's a lot happened. So as you can see, their unemployment is very, very high. There's lots of available jobs for unskilled workers, which is great to see. So I'm going to go ahead and build some more housing for the unskilled. So if we go ahead and build 3 more blocks, I reckon should do it. I'm quite happy with that there. Just going to get rid of some of these highway extensions. So the population in this episode has really boomed. It's near enough doubled, actually. It started off just over 15,000 and it's gone up very, very rapidly. So I've done a lot in this episode. I'm going to check Omnicorp, because Omnicorp has changed quite a lot. So we've got a wee bit more fuel tokens, which is good. We've got another heavy industry token, and we've got a water token which we can trade. However, electricity and food industry, even though I've gone ahead and built electricity plant and I've also gone ahead and built some farms, there's just not enough because the population is growing so rapidly. So I think what I'm going to have to do is probably build another power station. I really don't want to though, because we can't really afford it. That's just the bottom line. I just can't afford it right now. We need to go ahead and work on more industry. That's the bottom line, just because fuel isn't... fuel's really not doing that great right now. I need to stop and think about this a second. I might go ahead and build much more farms and see if we can sell some food industry. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap into this small oil field up here to finish the episode off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take a simple road. And I'm going to not have you connect up to the edge of the world there. I'm going to have you loop around here. I'm going to probably have to, if we have this road come around here and come up the hill, are you going to be able to come up the hill naturally? Probably not, because that is a really steep incline. If we go ahead and build a tunnel maybe. Right. This is really being awkward here. We might have to... Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Come back here a second. Can we build you to there? Yep. And then if we build a road off of you... That's the most unrealistic looking thing ever. I'm just gonna have to build a bridge, aren't I? That's the bottom line. So we jump in here to bridges. We go for a road bridge like so. Why can't you build? There we go. So that builds right up to that plateau. So it does look a bit silly, but it's just the terraforming that this map has. Just the height, it's a bit odd. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and continue this road. We make it a bendy road. I don't think it needs to be that long, to be fair. I only think we're going to be able to get one oil field up here anyway, so I just want to maximize that oil though. So, oh, we have another building, but it needs elites and it needs a lot of them, so I'm just going to build the one oil field here. Realistically, all we're going to get in, so hopefully that should give me some more tokens, a few more to trade, because we are not struggling for money, but money isn't as good as it was just because of a few different expenses, which are right now utilities. Fuel is costing the most, but that makes us the most. Waste is costing us quite a bit. Roads is costing us quite a bit. As you can see here, cash tokens exported is costing us quite a bit as well. So that's why you want to provide, you know, resources for your own city. I'm going to jump back into Omnicorp once more before we wrap this episode up. Unfortunately, the fuel tokens are just going down actually. It's just annoying because obviously it's needed for the electricity industry. And that is where really our main profit comes from. Which really does annoy me, but oh well, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. I hope you have enjoyed it. This episode... I did a lot in this episode, so you might have to go ahead and rewatch it. I was jumping around. Hopefully I've explained everything well and you are understanding how this game works. It's quite a bit different to other city builders, but I do really enjoy it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name is ConflctNerd and I'm out.